Hey crafty friends, this is Nye with All Things Were Created. Today we are going to go through the assembly of our Santa face hanging Christmas sign. I will be using my art glitter glue for all of my gluing. I also have my twine here that I will be using at the end for creating like a hanging hook at the back of my Santa head here. And I have my hot glue gun that's off camera that I will be using to adhere my twine to the back of the Santa head. So with that, I'm going to get started right away. So as you can see, I have all of my pieces, they are cut out, and I went ahead and I stacked everything up together into 3 different sections. I have the Santa head section here with all of his face features and pieces. And then I have this second part, and then I also have this third part. I lined them up according to these 3 sections, so that way when I go to glue them all together at the very end, it's just going to be a lot easier this way. So I'm going to get started with gluing. I'm going to push some of these out of the way, and then I will speed up my video a little bit so that way this is not crazy long for us. I'm going to start with my bottom section here first. Let me keep pushing some of this here, and we're going to get started, and I'll speed up the video as I'm gluing. Oh, and something else that I forgot too is I cut the very back pieces out on craft board as well as the back layer on cardstock. I'm going to glue these 2 together. I did this for all 3 of my sections. The only reason why I use the craft board here is just to add a little bit more support for when it's hanging. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that you have these 2 pieces together, cardstock and craft board as well. Okay, so now I'm going to speed up the video as I start to glue. Okay, so that finishes the bottom section. So I'm going to move on to the middle section. And again, I am going to speed up the video here. It's just a lot of gluing with this one, right? Okay, so now that's the second part that's done. Oh, it's just turning out to be so super cute, right? I am excited about this one. Okay, and now to do Santa's head. Again, this is just a lot of gluing and layering, so I'm going to speed up the video as I start to glue. Okay, so now that we have everything glued, that took a while, I know. Maybe not for you guys since I sped up the video, but for me it certainly did. So now what we're ready to do is we are ready to begin to attach the pieces. And so what you're gonna wanna do is just kind of line them up like to overlap them just a little bit. And you'll be able to feel exactly where this won't go anymore, okay? But I'm gonna do these two first, and then before I do the Santa face, I'm actually just going to glue the twine on the back first. So I'm just adding just enough to overlap those two, the top and the bottom, or the middle and the bottom there. And then I'm going to push it off to the side for a second. And I do have some scissors here. So when we're going to add the twine at the back, what we're going to want to do is you're not really going to want to add it up here by the hat. You're going to want to come down a little bit further on the back here to where the weight of the cardstock really is. Otherwise, it might start to get a little flimsy if it's at the top. So I'm going to come down to probably right about where the white of his hat is going to be and just kind of go across here. And so I'm going to flip it there. I have to grab my scissors and I am going to, so you'll have a decision now to make. Do you want yours to be super long where you can see the hook at the top, or if you just want to do it straight at the back? I think I'm going to do mine so I can see a little bit of the hook. So I'm going to make mine a little bit longer. And so let's see. I've probably cut, this is probably about 18 inches. And that might actually be a little too long for what I was hoping, but let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it down just a little bit more. So I'm gonna put these two ends together and I'm going to take off about, let's see, maybe 2 inches here. Will that be enough? Maybe 1.5 inches. Yeah, about 1.5 inches there. So I'm gonna cut that there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little tiny knot so my glue will have a little bit to adhere to when I go to put it down. And so that's maybe, I don't know, what would I say? Maybe 3/4 of an inch there that's hanging. And I'm going to do that here on the other side, so I've got about 3/4 of an inch there. And I can see the twine being left everywhere on my table here. All right, so I've got my hot glue. I'm going to take it and put it right here, which is in line with the white of the hat. I'm going to take my knot and stick it right there in the center of that glue and just kind of press and hold it and give the glue a chance to dry. And again, I like to use my finger just to kind of put my glue on top to help it to adhere. And then I'm going to come across and try and get it even. That looks good. I'm going to add again some glue. Put the knot right there. Give it kind of a second to cool. And then I'm going to use my finger and just smush it in. Okay. And there we go. So now I've got a little bit of a hook that's maybe, I don't even know, maybe about 3 or 4 inches. And when I go to glue the Santa to the bottom of the sign, I'm going to tilt mine off to the side here so you guys can see. I'm going to do just about the same thing. You can see where it lines up right about there. And so I'm going to add the glue here at the back. And then right here at that hook. And then I'm going to press it down and line it up and give it a chance to really adhere. Same thing, I'm going to press this down here at the bottom there too. And this is going to be really hard for me to get it all on camera for you, but you can see it.